Let's go.
About to get some money, y'all.
Vanguard Media, a mainstream urban AC, an original trendsetter with authentic culture. Our reach is far and wide. Email us, vanguardmediallc.com.
As the holiday season approaches, look no further for custom jewelry and waist beads than Kimberly and Company. Featuring natural stones, crystals, unique and vintage beads, you're sure to find a gift even for the person who has everything. Purchase necklaces, bracelets, and waist beads individually or purchase a set for a better value. Direct and contactless delivery is available. Visit us on Facebook at Kimberly & Co. for more information or to make a purchase. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio to get a 15% discount or free shipping. This show is sponsored in part by Compass for Conduct Disorder, a 501c3 nonprofit organization offering support for those living with conduct disorder. To make a donation or find out more about conduct disorder, visit www.compassforcd.org.
Welcome back to the Love Power Radio Show. We are so grateful that you chose to spend a little time with us today. And we wanted to come to you and spend some time talking to you about the experiences of those folks who are moving through life with us. And we have today our guest, Anthony Jr. Hello, how are you?
How we doing?
Awesome. So what we start with here is just kind of a weekly check-in. So how has your week been, Mr. Jr.?
Oh, man, my week has been immense. It's been large. Browning-Nagian. I like that word.
Wow, what does that mean?
Big.
Okay.
It just means big.
Just big. Okay. So tell me something good that's happened for you this week.
Let's push back a little further than a week, because this week has been a good week. But let me tell you a little further. Let me go back about a week or two.
Okay.
About 2 weeks ago. The month of October. Let's talk about that. I have been on a mission, and this month I'm proud to say that I am published in, I want to say, 4, thank you, if not 5 magazines. But to top that off, I swept what is called Indie Kids Magazine.
Okay.
Not only did I get like maybe 5 to 10 images inside, but I swept the cover. They called it the Money Shot.
Okay.
With a young lady named Priscilla.
Okay.
She killed it for
awesome.
me. Yes, we out there, y'all.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations. And we're going to learn more about your business as a photographer and just kind of how you got there today. So we're looking forward to having that conversation with you.
Yes, ma'am.
My week has been pretty good. It's been really, really busy. I can't believe it's October. I cannot believe it's October, and October is halfway over. So I am so grateful that we are able to be here and even just, talking to each other, because there are so many folks with this pandemic thing going on who didn't make it this far.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I consider it a privilege to be here with you and to just be spending this time with you and learning about what your experience has been. But we want to make sure that we get some time to say hello to our watchers, our viewers, and those who are with us and who are watching online. So thank you for tuning in and being with us today. So, Mr. Junior, I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction just to kind of familiarize our listeners with you. He is a poet, a photographer. He's lived in Kansas. He's lived in Indiana. He is a father. He has so many things that he has experienced in his life, both beautiful and a little bit traumatic. And so we are going to learn about how his experiences growing up in his life have shaped who he has become today. And so we want to learn a little bit about you. You said you were raised in Olaf. Is it Olaf?
Olathe.
Olathe,
Yes, ma'am.
Kansas. Where is that? Comparatively. What's is it close to Kansas City? I'm not familiar.
It is. It's not too far from Kansas City. It's called the Bowl.
Okay.
And the reason it's called the Bowl is because Olathe, Kansas is dead smack at the bottom of a bowl.
Okay.
So when a tornado drops in, it rocks back and forth until it gets tired.
In that area.
In that bowl, it rocks.
Oh, okay.
And we literally lived in the Olathe Apartments, which is right next to the Olathe Water Tower.
Oh.
And the water tower is dead smack in the middle
of the city.
Of the bowl.
Of the bowl.
So I remember as a child when a tornado dropped in one time, it dropped, it went away, it came back, it went away, it came back, it went away until it got tired and went away.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's a story. And then you were born in Indianapolis. Indianapolis.
ma'am.
So you grew up in Olathe.
Yes,
You were born in Indianapolis. How long were you in Indianapolis?
So I was born in Indianapolis, 1978. Stayed there for 5 years.
Okay.
Moved to Olathe, Kansas. Stayed in Kansas for 5 years.
Okay.
And then moved back to Indianapolis at the
Okay.
age of 10.
Okay. And how long did you stay in Indiana?
Until I went on vacation at 18.
Okay, on vacation.
Okay.
Okay. I went to school in Indiana. I went to school in Terre Haute.
Okay.
And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, I remember Indianapolis, but you were there pretty young. Okay.
Yes,
And so what happened? I read here that you were incarcerated at the age of 19. And so you said you left Indianapolis at 18 to find yourself incarcerated by 19.
Yes.
So what was that year?
So I'll tell you what really, actually, I actually found out I had a little sister who lived in Wisconsin. So I left Indianapolis off and on at the age of like 16. And then I
Okay.
would go back and forth to Wisconsin, Indiana, Wisconsin, Indiana.
Okay.
So at 19, actually at 18, hard-headed, stubborn young man named me,
Okay.
okay, did not like verbal words coming at me. So somebody said the wrong word, started with an N, ends with R, said the wrong, and it was a neighbor,
Okay.
said the wrong word to me at school. And we decided to meet outside of school. He was from his school, I was from my school. Both undefeated wrestlers, 2 years. Our coaches would never put us face to face. So we said, let's go in the parking lot.
And let's wrestle.
And at the end of this whole, we didn't wrestle.
Experience.
At the end
Okay.
of this whole experience, this
Okay.
young man he went to sleep for 32 days.
Oh,
He was well rested.
okay.
Went to sleep 32 days, and I went on vacation for 12 years, 7 months.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So that means that you were released when you were 32.
Roughly 30, I think it was 32, 31.
So I don't even know what to ask there. What was this experience? How did you deal with being incarcerated for almost as long as you had been on the planet?
So I have two stories I can tell. One of them's really sugary, and it's like, oh my God, that's so nice. And then it's the facts. The facts
Give me
is,
the facts.
The facts is that I was locked up in Wisconsin, and I have no family in Wisconsin. So I walked into a male prison. First of all, I was placed in the wrong prison. I was the youngest person in the prison with the shortest amount of time. To break it down, I was sent to a double max prison with single max time. You see what I'm saying?
Got you.
So they made a mistake. I actually went to the same prison Jeffrey Dahmer was killed in.
Oh, wow.
Columbia Correctional Institution. So I walked into the institution and was immediately targeted for what young men don't want to be targeted for.
Right.
Picked up a reputation as someone who is not easily to be targeted.
Right.
So I did 12 years, 7 months under a neutral flag, which means I didn't embrace a gang. I didn't embrace snitchism.
Okay.
I was just highly violent.
Right.
So what could have been after 12 years, I could have came home in 4. I did the whole 12 years, 7 months.
Because you were having to react to being in this place.
I reacted negatively a lot and pushed my time back. And as to be honest with you, I actually caught 30 years while incarcerated. I caught a 30 piece
Okay.
for attempted
Wow.
with the M word.
Right.
Fought that and got that reduced to the 7 months.
Okay.
So I went in for 12,
And then
caught a 30.
and had that reduced to 7 months.
Fought that, got that reduced to 7 months, and did the whole 12 years, 7 months. Yeah.
So did you have any like family? How did you keep your mind? Because right now you seem as though you're present and you have the gift of your clarity.
Mhm.
And so how were you able to, even with that anger and that response that got you that additional time, how were you still able to hold on to your sanity?
God,
Okay, plain and
Period.
simple.
period.
Plain and simple.
I walked in. I'm from Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church in Indianapolis, Indiana. Raised in the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend Harris,
Mhm.
rest in peace. Raised in this church, grew up in this church, and at some point, God picked me up. You know, I was broke.
Okay.
When I say, and then I'll admit this, and I told all my people I shoot, I have like model family.
Okay.
They're all in my calendars. I have a model family. I said, I want you guys to watch. You're gonna learn something you never learned about me.
Okay.
I actually gave up.
Mhm.
The only way a man can give up in prison. I gave up.
And what is that?
Took a defibrillator 4 times to start my heart back up.
So you attempted suicide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
And it was 2006. I was successful.
4 times.
Yep. Hit the defibrillator 4 times, start my heart back up. I blew the capillaries up in my eyes. I had what they call them demon eyes for 2 months, which means my eyes was blood red for 2 months. All the capillaries in my eyes exploded. And I had a hangman's noose for about a month, a bruise.
Okay.
Officer Figueroa, Green
Okay.
Bay Correctional Institution, right across the street from Lambeau Field.
Okay.
Figueroa cut me down, saved my life. And at that point, I knew that this wasn't my place. This wasn't what I was supposed to do.
Okay.
And
At what point in your sentence was that? Like how
I
many
was
years?
deep in there.
Okay.
I was probably probably about a good 8 years in there.
Wow. Okay.
And was just tired.
Yeah.
To answer the question about family reason, God was there for me because I didn't have it. I didn't
Okay.
have the family.
Okay.
So I was the guy who went to prison, and in most inmates, they in 3 to 6 months they got new drawers, new sweatsuits, TVs. I didn't get my TV for about 3 years. Didn't get underwear for like a year. So I literally lived off the state. And when I got tired of living off the state, I lived off extortion. So when I tell you that I was in prison being violent, if you came in prison, you were smaller than me, and I'm a small person.
Okay.
If you came in weak, I'm up in your room.
Wow.
I need all that
Taking all your
canteen.
stuff.
I need everything.
Wow.
Okay. And at some point, I ran into the wrong room.
Okay.
I ran into a room with a Muslim.
Okay.
Okay, who wrapped me up, folded me up like a pretzel, and talked to me.
What
And
do you
then-
mean?
Oh, he literally folded me up wrestling style. I couldn't. My face was in my knee.
Oh,
my
wow.
arm was chicken wing. I couldn't do nothing.
So he knew how to
He
respond.
handled that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he kicked me out the room, and then he went to the sergeant and told the sergeant to move me to his room. And they moved me like 2 days later. Brother Jamil, full-time lifer, never getting out.
Okay.
Moved me into the room with him, and it was an immediate change. It was a immediate study time, immediate watching.
Wow.
They say that someone else's behaviors is contagious. His behavior was contagious on me.
Awesome.
Called my grandmother on the phone and asked my grandmother for permission to learn about Islam.
He asked
I did.
you asked.
Because I make no moves without my grandmother.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I called my grandmother for permission to learn about Islam. And then about a year later, I called my grandma for permission to embrace Islam.
Wow.
So yeah.
And your grandmother was in Indianapolis.
My grandmother at the time was in Indianapolis. She's in Florida because that's what most elderly people go to. They go to Florida. So she's in Florida now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And so have you stayed in contact with Brother Jamil?
So Brother Jamil he's a high security inmate
Okay.
who at random time they pack him up and move him.
Okay.
So it's hard to keep in contact with him. I've
okay.
probably written him about 4 times I want to say I've been out for 11 years now. So probably in the 11 years I've been out, and twice my letters came back.
Okay.
So it's like,
not sure where
you
it
never
is
know.
at this point. Yeah.
Wisconsin's weird.
Wow. Okay. And so you said you came out at 32. And so that's a big difference. So when you went in, what was the world like versus when you came out?
No internet.
No internet so there was no internet.
I had a pager, hit my pager and look at the code.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had that. So I'm sitting in there and it's funny because there's a lot of music that wasn't there. And I'd be like, oh, I know I was before Cardi B. I was before Outkast. I was before a lot of stuff.
Right.
UGK was still popping.
Right.
So
when you went in.
When I went in.
Right.
Aaliyah was still out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it was a lot of stuff. I think everybody else had a modem in their house if you have money.
Sure. Sure. You're right. Right. So AOL.
AOL,
Right.
So when I came home, when you have to sit down with a child, 9-year-old, and they teach you how to use your phone, it's epic.
What year was that?
I came home in 2010. At the end of 2010.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. And it said you moved to Houston in 2010. So you left Wisconsin and came straight here.
Something like that.
Okay.
So I have a sister who lives here who we don't talk. But my sister was a video vixen. She's a beautiful female. She does a lot of stuff. And she called me. She actually came to visit me one time in prison. And when I say she walked into the prison and it was like everybody on the courtyard, man, who was Blue Shoes? So my sister contacted me and she said, bro, I need you in Houston. I have a situation that I just can't deal with. And at that time, everybody still knew the Little Power Force. I was a small person. Okay. And so she said, I'm gonna come get you. So she actually sent me a ticket. I caught the bus down here, got off the bus the Monday before Thanksgiving, 2010. dealt with that probably the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which Thanksgiving was on Thursday, so the night before Thanksgiving, I dealt with her situation.
Okay.
And I've gone back and forth, but I've stayed here basically for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what were some of the things that you ended up, because coming out of what was that, 2010 you came back, so coming out with everything being different, what sorts of jobs did you get? What sort of opportunities did you create for yourself?
Okay, it's one of them things, you don't get the sugar, you don't get the real story. So
I always want the real. Give
my
me the
first
real.
job when I got out was Muslim enforcement.
Which is?
I was paid by what are known as Ahmadiyya Muslims who were in Wisconsin. I would travel the Midwest with these Ahmadiyya Muslims, and I would be sitting in the back real quietly.
Uh-huh.
And when something popped off, I would respond real aggressively.
So what do you mean? Like, are these meetings that
No.
things are
So
happening?
let's say that the Muslim brothers went out somewhere and like a Trump supporter had something to say.
Okay.
I don't have no words for you.
Okay.
I got something for you.
So you're like the police.
No, I was bigger than the police. Yeah.
Okay, you were bigger than the
Yeah.
police. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was your initial, this is
That's
how
my
I'm making
initial.
my job.
My next job was Cora Edwards. Miss Cora here in Houston gave me my first real job. She gave me a maintenance man job at Corporate Pines on Harwood and Hillcroft.
Okay.
And from the maintenance man job, I became third shift security,
Okay.
which also allowed me to live on location.
Good.
So it gave me a place to stay,
Okay.
and it gave me a double paycheck
Okay.
and a free pit bull.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
then it was an opportunity to make other choices.
Yes.
So how did you get into photography?
We just gonna keep dropping names.
Drop them.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm seeing through the looking glass photography.
Right.
And that's what I saw your pictures, I saw things on mine. And so I wanted to give us some background before we got into these beautiful images that I saw.
Okay.
So how did you get into photography?
2 years ago, well, I've always had a camera.
Okay.
Okay, just for the heck of it.
Okay.
2 years ago, I was dating a model here in Houston.
Okay.
And we went to a show, and I forget what happened, but for some reason, there was no footage.
Okay.
And she must have said, hey, I think my boyfriend has some footage. And they was like, you got pictures? I was like, yeah, I got like 1,700.
Mm.
So I ended up being the footage guy. So Damon from Bass Photography, he told me, he said, bro, what you need to do is get you a legit camera, DSLR.
Okay.
I got rid of that BS camera,
Okay.
got me a legit camera, and just started taking pictures. And I started doing everything from nature to couch burns, which is funny, to models, I started shooting everything. And now I keep a camera on me
Okay.
at all times. I'm waiting for the next couch burn, but it's gonna happen.
So a couch burn is literally when they ignite a couch.
I literally
just to
sat
see.
Ronetta Spencer on a couch and set the couch on fire. She stayed there for 3 minutes, 48 seconds. Beautiful pictures.
A person was sitting on the couch.
Not a person, Ronetta Spencer.
What is Ronetta Spencer?
Ronetta Spencer is a beautiful person in Houston.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So when you begin, like, what got you interested in photography? Like, how did you develop this eye?
National Geographics, to be honest with you. When I sat in prison, I saw the most gorgeous things in National Geographics. I traveled the world in National Geographics. I've been to Borneo, I've been to Shangri-La, I've been everywhere. I played with poison tree frogs and everything from National Geographic. And I'm looking at, I'm talking, I'm looking at you guys' screen go through, and it's gorgeous. So I said, man, I'm gonna do two things in my life. I'm gonna be in the Guinness Book of World Records for breaking a stupid record. It's gonna be dumb.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you decided what to do?
Yes, I just thought about it because I bought me a scooter.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do 50 cc's across the United States.
Okay.
So a 50 cc scooter does not go above 50 miles an hour, and I'm gonna do it when I'm 50.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it in 8 years.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I have no idea. I just know I'm gonna do about 45, 50 miles an hour. I'm gonna have a tent. I'm really gonna do this.
I believe you.
I almost rode my scooter here today.
I believe
but my car's running.
Okay.
So National Geographic got me shooting, and then Rodney Glenn. Let me drop two names: Rodney Glenn and Michael's Eye.
Okay.
Okay. Michael's Eye is a photographer. Rodney Glenn's a photographer. Both of these men told me one thing: shoot your shot.
Okay.
You know what that means?
No, not in the terms of photography.
Okay, shoot your shots means I take the picture, shoot what you see. Don't give it to you and say, hey, edit this for me. How should I? Don't follow someone else's suit.
Okay.
So shoot your shot.
Okay.
And that's what I do. I shoot my shot. I hate, and I say this, I'm not a photographer. I'm just creative.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And I've actually had a name change because my name was Jihad through the Looking Glass.
Okay.
But in America, Jihad is not go well.
No,
So we dropped it. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, one of my model friends said, my family wants to shoot with you, but you
With
got to
the
lose that name.
Yeah.
So I dropped the jihad and
Okay.
just left through the looking glass.
Okay. So when you are choosing a shot, or when you're choosing a project,
Mhm.
rather, how do you decide? Like, how do you know you want to do nature today versus live or versus a human?
Okay. So I know a lot of photographers go through the whole setup scene. They find a location and I
Mhm.
literally get on the phone and say, hey, Priscilla, can you come in town? I want to shoot. What you want to shoot? Just pull up. Let's make something happen.
Let's just see.
Where we gonna go? I noticed there's a lake over here. Let's go over here.
go
And then in these models will tell you all the shots are just like these weirdest, most randomest. Like there was a car in my neighborhood that the young thugs set on fire. Blah, 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 shot it up, set it on fire. Don't pull up over here no more. I immediately made a phone call. Hey, Ayana, come out here. Let's shoot this. That's what I want to do, this burnt out car.
Let's just get it.
You guys won't see the pictures unless you look on my Instagram. There's a young lady came up, Miss Ting, pretty little Ting.
Mhm.
I said, I don't even know you, but hey, can you come over here and get dressed in black electrical tape? Just come over here. Yes, get undressed for me. I'm gonna put you in black electrical tape.
So are you contacting the models? Like, hey, I have a vision. I want to see you in this image.
Are you
So
willing to
will you
shoot?
come shoot with?
Mhm.
Wow.
First question, and everybody tell it. First question is, how old are you?
Right. Let me make sure.
I 12-year-olds shoot 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds shoot 15-year-olds, 30-year-olds. We have no limits. But
Right.
and then at the same time, I won't shoot nothing that my 6-year-old daughter can't look
Can't
at.
look at.
Mhm.
Okay.
The
Okay.
electrical tape was pushing the border, but her mama loved it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you, because you've had a rich experience in terms of the life that you've lived to get you to this place.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you completely entrepreneurial? Like you are doing your own and this is how you make it, or do you have another career as
I ain't gonna
well?
lie to you. Mr. COVID came in and was like, "You ain't finna work."
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm shooting these shots, and I won't lie to you, but right now, my girl carries this weight.
Okay.
She do, like, she gives me she had Mob Pizza right now.
Okay.
She carries this weight. She lets me do what I do. She know I'm bringing in thimble money right now.
Right now.
She I appreciate her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to do too much without her, but there is a goal that at some point, like I got weddings coming up, but COVID
Right.
got them on
Yeah.
pause.
Yeah.
There's a goal that I can go out one day and you know, drop 400-500 a day and then go home and sleep.
Got you.
That's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
But National Geographic don't pay you.
Got you. At all.
Hey, they pay you to go on your location, and I don't mind that, y'all.
Okay.
National Geographics, I don't
I'll
mind
be
that
there.
location. You know.
So what advice could you give or a young man who, because I'm a teacher, and so I have a lot of young men who don't necessarily see the opportunities that life can present them, right? And they get involved in these situations, they get caught up with trying to be macho or trying to hang out with their friends and impress these people. How do we encourage them to find something? Did you always have an eye for photography, or is that something that's grown through life with you?
I think that I knew I had an eye for something.
Okay.
And I wanted to express myself. I think that my eye for photography got more locked on when other people said, "Man, you got an eye."
Okay.
When I had my camera before I met the model I was dating,
Mhm.
I was just shooting. Like I would put my camera on the timer, run out to the middle of the field. There we go.
Got
You know,
it.
and I was shooting
Just
these great shots. But
okay.
then I didn't know they was great until people looked to my Instagram from 3 years ago and said, "Man, that was a great shot 3 years ago." And I said, "Well, that was with a BS camera,
Right.
piece
Right.
of trash camera. I was just playing, you know." So, and I still have a lot of goals I want to get to.
Mhm.
So my advice to a young person, be he male or female.
Okay.
So the first advice to the young man is, while you outside chilling with your friends
Mhm.
and watching these videos, look at the video,
Mhm.
enjoy the video. Don't look at your friends, what they're doing. Look at the people your friends are looking up to. So
Mm.
if your friends are looking up to little Billy Bob or
Mhm.
little crybaby or little
Mhm.
Juju, and they doing the same thing every day, that's your goal.
Right.
Your goal is to go out here on Forum Park and just sit outside and get money from girls putting their body out there.
Mhm.
Your goal is to sit outside 20 hours a day and sell a few packs.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
Because believe me, when you sell a few packs, you can go on a long vacation.
Right.
And if they give you short vacation time, they only give you short vacation. Let's stop that. They only give you short prison time when they
Thank
know
you.
that you're going to come back. They don't give you 2 years because they say it's going to teach you a lesson. They gave you 2 years because they know that when you come out in 6 months, you're gonna come back in 3 more months. We need another 2 years. It's recidivative. That's all it is to it.
Why?
Okay, because it's a lesson. It's a fact. I did 12 years in prison, and I'll throw my friend out there, Xavier. I watched Xavier come in 6 times. In 12 years, I watched him come in 6 times. Okay, and for some heinous stuff, but they kept laying him down nicely because they knew he was gonna do something worse.
So that they could get him for long.
Because they know that it's a family union. Prison is not meant to change you. Prison is meant to bring you back. So when you go to prison, like Rico, Tony, Billy, and then he just got out, he be back. It's a family union. Y'all happy to see each other.
And I would imagine that it becomes less scary, right?
Especially
because you
when you
know
go
that
in
you
when
got
you know
people. Exactly.
Right. See, I didn't know anybody, so I ain't gonna lie to you. I was scared. I was like a dog with
Right.
a tail between the leg, little pee-pee on my leg. I
Right.
pee a little bit, you know.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got out the paddy wagon crying. "Ooh." When they told me 8 and 4, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna die in prison. I was crying.
Right.
And then they're like, man, you better nut up. They're gonna try to get it from you. And they tried to get it from me.
Right.
A lot of men be like, man, I went in there. No, I dirty cheese, Matthew
Right.
Batista's.
Right.
Try to get it from me.
Nope.
I had a big pen.
Okay.
Big pen, 7
That
times.
was your
Back,
weapon.
back, back.
Wow.
That's all I had. But every time that man hit me, knocked me out. And then right when my body hit the ground, I wake up. Oh God, I'm finna lose this.
Yeah.
Can't lose that.
Yeah.
So I keep it real.
Got you.
I know a lot of people hit my head like, man, you gonna lose your take time.
No.
That's okay.
Keep
It's
it
okay.
real.
But I found joy in a lot of stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
I was in a cell with Sasquatch, which was the leader of the Aryan Nation in the Midwest.
Oh, so he was powerful.
He was a great person to be in a room with.
Why?
He was just funny.
Okay.
I can't say what he said when I first moved into the room, but I said I'm not that N-word. He had a big old tree of life on his back with black babies hanging on it and everything.
What?
Ended up being my best friend for like 8 months. Okay.
Wow.
It's all about how you conduct yourself. If you're on the streets and you can't conduct yourself routinely, then when you get locked up, you ain't gonna be able to conduct yourself.
Okay.
Don't let somebody's words dictate your next movement. That's what I say.
Mm.
I have people get on my Instagram, my Facebook, come at me verbally. I'm gonna give you the smoke.
Okay.
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 Well, I don't know what smoking is. I don't even smoke myself.
Right.
I don't even do the hookah.
Right.
So I don't know what the smoke
So
is.
I'm not sure what you
Okay.
mean. Right.
My girl that I'm with right now,
Mhm.
she from them streets.
Okay.
I'm not saying, oh, she live in the streets. She from them
She's away.
streets.
Right.
Okay. She probably got gunshot residue up under her fingernails, all type of stuff. She
Right.
been to the joint too. I'm 42. I ain't never shot a gun.
Okay.
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 But I'll tell you in a minute, I'm not gonna fight with you. Just don't swing.
Yeah.
Please don't swing.
Don't.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna lose. And if I do lose, I ain't gonna admit it. And it ain't gonna be no easy fight. You might beat up a Wolverine, but he gonna hurt you.
You're
You
right.
see what I'm saying?
You're right.
So I tell young men all the time, man, let him talk his game, let him talk
Right.
his talk.
Right.
He only gonna be here probably another 6-7 more months.
So you're saying that there's a plan, like there's a strategy around the imprisoning of men or people. So I want to talk up to you about that again in a second. So we're going to take a break here real quick, and we'll come back with Mr. Anthony Jr.
Are you tired of bad hair days, dry,
That's good.
hair, and
Thanks.
lackluster curls? We know the struggle is real. Herbs Nectar Hair Care is here to bring life.
Sorry, I gotta cut you off, but-
but
No, I
That was
appreciate
good.
it. I appreciate
That's
it.
good.
Thank you.
Salon quality with multi-use products to save
Yeah,
time,
she
money, and
got
shelf
on my-
space. Visit our website today
Can't say the
at
model person's name.
www.herbsnectar.com
I go home and get in
for
trouble.
In trouble. Why you talking about that? Why you talking about her?
Okay,
Okay, well, we're not trying to get you in trouble.
Personality, charisma, and style. A true star ready to shine at your next event.
Not trying to get you in trouble.
Radio personality and event host will make your event the place to be and provide lasting memories for your audience. If you want to take your event to the next level, book Latriva Deneen to be your host, MC, moderator, or
Stand by 5 seconds.
interviewer and host. Contact her at Latriva Deneen on Facebook and Instagram for booking information and pricing. And make sure to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back to the Love Power Radio Show. We're here with our guest, Mr. Anthony Jr. He's just talking to us a little bit about his life experience, and we're going to spend a little more time talking about his photography. So how has that, it said here that you began to use the photography to cope with some things and to improve your energy and your life. Why did you end up using photography to make that sort of transition?
Okay, so after being incarcerated, and this always goes back to being incarcerated. After being incarcerated, I have a fear of crowds.
Okay.
So imagine going through your lunch line in school,
Mhm.
and you're right next. You get your milk. You're right by the milk. You're about to get your tray,
Mhm.
and they let out another class. That's a new row of people behind you.
Mhm.
I would literally step out of line and go back to the back of the line.
Because you didn't like the people behind you. Okay.
Right. I don't like anybody standing behind me.
Mhm.
So now I don't like crowds. So I go places and I'm like up against the wall, but I'm enjoying myself, but I'm alert.
Mhm.
So when I got here, my sister's like, bro, you on security. You stay on security. I stay on point. Even when I'm
Mhm.
drinking, I'm on point.
Mhm.
Okay. The photography allows me to open up to myself. It lets me know who I am.
Mhm.
So when I get angry,
Mhm.
and I know how I am when I get angry, and I know how these young people do. I know I'm gonna get shot.
Okay.
So when I get angry, I grab a camera.
Okay.
It don't matter if it's a big camera, little camera. It could be a little bit of GoPro,
Mhm.
IY. I grab my camera.
Mhm.
I will not shoot with my cell phone.
I was about to ask, you don't use your cell phone?
No,
Why?
because it ain't real.
The camera not real?
That's a cell phone.
Because it's not a camera. Okay.
It's a cell phone.
Okay, with a camera.
It's good for video.
Okay.
Okay, so I go out and shoot, and it calms me down. It calms me down. It lets me see the bigger picture.
Mhm.
You don't know the bigger picture until you go outside, tip over a log,
Mhm.
and look at what's going on.
Underneath. Yeah.
Okay. You ever look at the pill bug? When you move the log, he rolls
Roll
up,
Yeah.
and then he waits and he says, okay, I'm out now. He go crawling away.
Mhm.
He going about his day. You just disrupted his whole movement for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
He don't even care no more.
Right.
That's me.
Okay.
I'm like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What happens when you go out and you swipe open the red ants? They come out like a swarm,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Count to about 10. They like, man, ain't nothing going on. They go back in their hole.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, the photography lets me restart,
Okay.
get it going.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And so is this something that, how do you expand in terms of photography? Because in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, once you know how to shoot something, you take a picture and it's all the same. So how do you grow as a photographer?
Man. Whew. Let me, I'm gonna throw out 3.
Okay.
I do this, and this is the thing. People gonna say, man, he always plugging other people. I will.
Right.
So I'm gonna throw out 3. Rodney Glenn,
Okay.
Michael's Eye,
Michael's Eye.
and Damon. I think it's Edwards from Bad Photography.
Okay.
These men do photography, videography. These men get it going. Okay.
Mhm.
LeBray photography, videography, and he doing clothes. He's
Okay.
branching out.
Okay.
He got fat fits. Okay. He's branching out what he do. On my end, I start off with the photography and I want to stick to the photography, but I want to pick up other stuff. So then I was like, what if I get a bookends? What if I make it like a book of just my shots?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Table shots. That's what I call it. So I got my little book of table shots.
Okay.
And then I was like, what if I could buy my own calendar?
Okay.
So now I'm doing calendars.
Okay.
Could have bought some more stuff. I got blankets. I'm sticking to the photography and I'm staying in my lane.
Okay.
And I say this, these brothers that I named, they monsters at what they do. They monsters at videography. My homeboy Rodney Glenn photography, he also do Rodney Glenn macroscopes. He just started his own trucking business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And what is
Shipping.
oh, wow.
Yeah, his Rodney Glenn. I can't think what it is, but he got his own shipping business.
Mhm.
Okay. And he's expanding.
Okay.
I like that.
Mhm.
So on my end, I say, I'm gonna stand in photography. I'm gonna make the photography bigger. So I'm not gonna just do shots. I'm gonna do blankets. I'm gonna do t-shirts. I do
Merchandise.
bags. I'm a merchandise.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do bundles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if something else comes up, I'm gonna learn something else. But right now, it's all about photography and the babies.
Okay.
That's where we at.
Okay. That's right. You have your daddy. So you
Yes.
have these little ones that you're bringing up.
Ooh.
Okay. So what we want to just do is kind of move into the remainder of the show. And I just want to say thank you for the time that you've spent just sharing with us your story, and tell us people how they can find you.
Okay, so it's Through the Looking Glass, and it's just THRUDA Looking Glass, Through the Looking Glass.zenfolio.com. It's also Through the Looking Glass on Instagram, but it's _THRU_DA_Looking_glass. I'm not throwing my phone number out there because I know I'm sexy.
You don't
Y'all
have
gonna
to.
try to call me. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want no problems.
But that's what we do. Now I want to ask,
Okay.
because
please.
in my bio,
Okay.
it says something about this dude do poetry, and I want to know if I can share.
Please.
Okay,
That would be
so
an
this is
honor
what I'm
for
gonna do.
us.
I can hear myself in these headphones. I'm gonna take them off.
Okay.
They echo in my ear,
Okay.
but everybody can hear me.
Yes. We hear
Okay, so I think that man has his own destiny. You have to manifest your destiny.
Mhm.
Okay, so This is what I do.
Okay.
Manifest destiny, manifest destiny. Man infested with his own destiny, his own destination. My destination is unknown to me. Not known to me is my own history. Said to be the product of a slave born many years ago. But don't forget, old master, him helps me to grow. Forced his seed into a queen from a land, oh, your majesty. Had to be forced because no queen gives to master willingly. So I masturbate your life into your dreams. Beating up your pains with the seed of glory. Ejaculation of the mind, hope to estimate your true story. Like spent seeds spilled into the womb of a blue-eyed she demon. Boxed in left and right, do all she needs to get a king semen. See, men don't think with a file's come between two testicles. How many truly want to test the skills? Skills built on the backs of the blacks with a whip left scars. Aboard ships on destination received the stars. Stars on high, remember lands of better days, hoping to return one day, Mother Africa, birthplace of the sun rays. Rays like the missing weapons of mass destruction. Playing with DNA, hoping to figure out Negroes deconstruction. Deconstruct your timeline from the first to the very end. You'll see my timeline loose before your time even begin. Born by the waves of the ocean, circulate 360 degrees. Still wonder how you could justify hanging kings from trees. Rope tight, firelight from across the all lit. 30 men at a tree, 29 in white hooded outfits. For one man at the tree, life has come to an end. I'm 42 years old and searching my own destiny. My journey has just begun.
That's what's up. Nice, Mr. Junior. You are a man of many talents.
We try.
You are a man of many talents. What are your creative inspirations? Who is inspiring you? I know you've told us about Rodney Glenn, Michael's Eye, Damon. Who's in your inspiration? And then we're gonna wrap this up.
Me.
Just you solo. That's
Me.
powerful. That's powerful.
I'm my own competition.
Yes.
I'm my own inspiration.
Awesome.
I'm my own failure.
Awesome.
So me. And I learned that from
From
Michael's
me.
Eye.
Oh, from Michael's Eye. Got
Yes.
it.
And he said the statement I said to anybody, I said this to all the models, and I know you guys gonna wrap this real soon. I said to any model, dancer, anything else, when you walk into a room, do not look like you walk into a room with 30 people in a room with you.
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay. That's a gem.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Junior. So you're gonna hang out with us for a little while?
I'm gonna hang out.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna hang out.
It's okay. So one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is spend a little bit more time talking about what are the people who are supporting us. So we'll be right back as we talk about some of the folks who are celebrating us and supporting us as the Love Power Radio Show. Thank
Don't
you.
let social distancing have you.
I was not ready for that transition.
Get your sex commercials. Cuts Barbershop with Steph B. the Barber, offering haircuts for men, women, and children, as well as spa treatments and hair and
This is
beard
going
enhancement.
so
There's no
fast.
better way to boost your confidence, improve your appearance, and accentuate your best features. Put your best foot forward and make a lasting
So our
impression
next
with a
section is
fresh
called
haircut and regular beard maintenance.
So I know
Get
you
faded
just did the
today
poll,
with
but if you
Steph B.
wanted
the
to
Barber.
leave a
Follow us on
message of love
Instagram
for
at Steph B.
whomever,
the
whatever,
Barber to book your
what would that be and who would that be?
STEPH
I'm gonna get you to share that.
Barber and tell her Sun Radio sent you. Hey,
Or
it's your
just-
girl Lisa
just,
today, and I want to tell you about my book of the
You know what I'm
Dating
saying?
in the Age of Narcissism, a woman's survival guide by Kimberly Michelle. If you're like me, you've experienced the ups and downs of the dating scene, and you may have gotten a bit discouraged. Don't give up. Kimberly Michelle is your new go-to girlfriend for dating advice. Purchase your copy today and get the relationship you want and desire. Available now on Amazon. Or visit her Facebook page, Dating in the Age of Narcissism, and be sure to leave a review and tell her Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back to the Love Power Radio Show. This is your girl, Latriva Deneen. I'm here with our guest, Mr. Anthony Jr. And we're at that loving part of our show where we are sharing our love notes. And we know that these are our messages that we want to leave to uplift one another. It can be from a lesson we've learned this week or something that we've seen somebody else struggle through. We just want to leave you with a little bit of love, you know. So I asked Mr. Junior to participate this week. And so I wanted to see if you would share with us a little gem, a little bit of love that you want to leave in the world for our listeners for this week.
Yeah. So we are all going through something that is causing us to be stagnant in our lives, and it's making it so that we don't want to move forward. I have new family that I want to give love to, Caldwells in Lake Charles, Louisiana, Priscilla and Paige, and the husband and the son. This family went through, what was it, Delta? The
last storm, yes.
Delta came through, did damage. They came to Houston. Then they went back to Louisiana, and then what came next?
Oh no, Laura was first and then Delta.
Yeah, so Laura came through, did damage.
Mhm.
They came back to Houston. Then they went back.
And then it was Delta.
Then Delta came through
Dang.
after they just put the new roof on and did even more damage. In the process of them cleaning up, the son got bit by a water snake,
Oh.
which he snapped back. But I want to give love to these families because they steadfast.
Mhm.
They lock
Mhm.
solid, and they're an example of why we don't give up.
Mhm.
Even when the worst storms come on you, you keep
Right.
pushing forward. You
That's
put your head down, you let the storm go through, and you push forward. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And while you're pushing forward, when you're knocked back down, because the problem is when you go through a storm, you're going to get knocked back down. There's
Right.
no way in the H word you're going to make it through life without getting knocked back
That's
down.
right.
Expect to get knocked back down, bounce back up, keep it pushing forward,
Mhm.
and prepare for that next knockdown.
Mhm.
That's all you can do. You can't look at yourself and say, man, I give, I
Yeah.
quit. If you're going through school right now and
Mhm.
you're struggling because it's getting harder,
Mhm.
keep pushing forward,
That's good.
okay? Because at the end of the day, when you push through it, like pregnancy, they say push,
Mhm.
push.
Mhm.
What comes after pregnancy? Something beautiful.
That's beautiful.
If you push through this pain, nothing but beauty comes from it.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
That was so powerful. And that kind of goes into where I'm speaking of. For those of us who are constantly dealing with the negative thoughts that we might have from within, the things that we are struggling in terms of our confidence or fear or different things that are holding us back. I just want to encourage you that you have everything that you need within you to make your dream happen. And even when it feels like there is nothing present, that you feel like I don't even see a future for myself, I don't even see where this could possibly go, there is plenty that you have to contribute and to add to this world. Just keep waking up. And as Brother Anthony Jr. said, keep pushing, because on the other side of that, there is something beautiful. And even when it feels so dark and so heavy and you feel so alone, just keep waking up, just keep moving, just keep going. And we want to make sure that you know that we love you. So we'll be right back after this break.
Attention, all divas, fashionistas, and ladies.
I'm sorry.
I got a question.
Is now open.
Oh, yeah, so go back. This is the place that we wrap it up.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yes.
Why your Superman ain't got where Superman head go?
It's over here. I think he got knocked off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man of Steel.
Yeah. Man of plastic is what
Oh, we
it is.
gotta replace it, man. We gotta replace it.
He said, where's Superman?
Visit us today at www.lisadene.com/divaden and tell them Stunner Radio sent you. IAG Productions is your one-stop shop for event production, sales and marketing, makeup artist services, and entertainment booking, featuring signature events with Poet Goddess Fee and date and ladies' nights. We don't do boring, and we're not your average production house. We are women supporting women and
Stand by, 10
pushing
seconds.
greatness. Visit us on Facebook and Instagram at IAG Productions for more information or to work with us for your next event. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Welcome back to the Love Power Radio Show. We have had a wonderful afternoon with Brother Anthony Jr., photographer with Through the Looking Glass Photography. And we just want to say thank you for the time that you have spent with us this week. We want to invite you to meet us on our Facebook page this week at the Love Power Radio Show, so that you can engage and let us know how you enjoyed this show. If there was something that Brother Anthony Jr. shared with you and dropped for us that you thought was powerful, go ahead and put that on our page so he can see that and we can feel that love. So we are so grateful that you are with us. Have a beautiful week. We love you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Have a wonderful day.
If you're looking for a keynote speaker for your next event, look no further than Miss Mimi.
Thank you, sir. So we have, if you wouldn't mind taking a couple pictures, we do have camera phones. I'm sorry. And then we'll invite you to sign the wall, through Looking Glass, Anthony Jr., whatever you want. All right, so come on, let's take some shots.
I'll holler at y'all later. We can talk. Look.
Also,
Y'all better copy.
red carpet interviews and
Copy.
email us today at
I realized I couldn't show the calendar because, let me tell you why I can't show the calendar. The young lady on the cover, It's a great story.
Are you enjoying
She
the
was-
show? Great.
we did a photo shoot,
Show your
and this
love for
girl's
your
mom
favorite
said,
summer
"My
radio
daughter
shows
is
with
over there
t-shirts,
crying
hoodies, coffee
she do a
mugs,
birthday
and
party,
more.
nobody
Visit our
showed. So
store
we
at
pulled this girl into our photo shoot.
www.stunnerradio.com to get your
This
Stunner
girl
merch today.
killed
We
it.
are Urban Talk Radio for the
So I made her the cover of my calendar.
Which one?
And all those who value diversity. Stunner Radio
I know her.
is the
That's
heart
Jira.
and soul of
I know her.
That's Jira.
Vanguard Media.
Tashana.
Yeah.
I went to high school with her
Yeah,
mom.
that's my baby.
How amazing.
Ayana, this is Priscilla, the one from Louisiana.
Okay.
This little girl who was just on the
Was the one that
side,
was just
just
over there
crying.
crying.
So
So
yes,
you were shooting with them and she was there.
Yeah.
Except, wow.
yeah, she did great.
Have you tried
That is
Jackson
awesome.
So she hasn't seen the calendar yet.
Try it.
That's awesome. So you didn't want to put it out there
Yeah.
until she saw it. That's good. That was
Peach and pepper.
Jira. That is
Jira,
so
that's my
funny.
baby.
How did you
Yes.
meet them?